I recently watched a few movies and series from Japan and I felt this could be a good rec. Here are my 2 cents on why you should watch these wonderful series and movies from Japan. I will start with Alice in Borderland. I know some would have watched it, but some may have not. I would like to make my case why you should watch it in case you have not. Currently, 2 seasons have released in Netflix. First season arrived in 2020 and the second season came in December 2022. The series was there in my watch list for quite some time. Evidently from the trailer itself, I knew that it had high production values, but that did not convince me from watching the series. Basically, it was released at the same time period as phenomenally successful Squid Games. Coincidentally, both had similar concept that characters have to play games and stay alive, but there ends the similarity. The series intrigued my interest when I got to know that all the episodes have been directed by the same director, Shinsuke Sato. I had seen Shinsuke Sato's earlier work, such as I Am a Hero, wherein a manga artist is surprised by zombie apocalypse and has to somehow survive in it. And another movie called Inuyashiki, an middle-aged office worker who encounters aliens and is gifted with alien technology and limitless superhero powers. I felt it was an emotional superhero movie done right. Even though it had an amazing special effects and action, it still retained the heartfelt emotional aspect of the story. Well, both of them are live action adaptation based on manga series, and it was very good adaptation. I was seriously entertained, and hence I thought let me try binge watching this series, and I was in for a ride. The series did not disappoint me. The series starts with the central character getting transported in abandoned Tokyo and are forced to take part in dangerous games, wherein difficulty of the games is decided by playing cards, and in case they win the game, their visas get extended by a couple of days. If expired, the player gets executed by laser being shot from the sky. Well, the execution of the series were really good. The episodes were really well shot in the abandoned Tokyo streets, looked really beautiful. Some were practical effects, I think some were CGI. The games in the first episode resembled movies like Cube and Escape Room franchise. But as the story progressed, the games and rules were more complex and ruthless. I have to admit, I am an unapologetic fan of action genre, and the series had plenty of action. Hardcore blood-filling action. It did not shy away from showing brutal action sequences. The show had a lot of interesting characters, and every character had short backstory without being too stretchy. Also, I felt the series was very faithful to an anime. Some of the characters are really carved from the anime literally. For instance, Arisu, an innocent protagonist who is also video game obsessed. Usagi, a mountain climber who teams up with Arisu and later develops a romantic feeling for him. Chishiya, a mysterious, quiet and sly character. Hikari, a close friend of Chishiya who is also very good in karate. And a rational thinking character who tries to put forth logic even during chaos. Niragi, a dangerous and aggressive character due to complicated past. Sometimes the show felt a bit slow, but the characters were well fleshed out during the slow narrative. Everyone had their respective arc. Well, the second season dealt with the face cards. The season picks immediately where the last season left off. Now the player have to win the remaining 12 games. That is, each game representing each face card and difficulty level decided by the face card. Second season was tad slow, however stakes got really higher. It had some really good character arc and it had some intense action as well. Basically, the season amped up the action because the difficulty level was increased essentially to match the face cards. Face card games are almost like a death matches against citizens. Second season's first act itself starts with King of Spades face card, wherein an expert marksman, almost like in Killing Machine, starts shooting players indiscriminately. The King of Spades face card game arena is almost like a whole city, and his presence is marked by a blip with his face card that follows him. King of Club face card game is a point-based game where players have an opportunity to increase their points based on certain rules. The team with highest point rules. Queen of Spades face card game in which chasing and tagging someone from the opposite team transfers them to yours. The team with highest number of members wins by the end. In essence, season 2 was very darker, more bloodier, more edgier, although ends in somewhat of a closure, but keeps it open for season 3. It is a very good cliffhanger, I would say. In this cancel culture, I'm hopeful that season 3 gets renewed and made. Now, since I loved all these flicks, I decided to watch other movies which is directed by the same director, Kingdom. Again, not to get confused with the South Korean horror drama zombie series, which is coincidentally released in the same time period. Also brilliant, by the way. I'm talking about Kingdom and Kingdom 2 Far and Away, which came in 2019 and 2022 respectively. Again, movies based on the manga of the same name. Kingdom, a Japanese historical action flick based on the manga. The movie is set in ancient China during Warring State period and follows the adventure of a young boy who dreams of becoming a great general of the earth. Two slave boys from ancient China, almost like brothers, dream of becoming free one day and train on daily basis to improve their combat and sword skills. The training finally pays off. One of them gets enlisted by Emperor's men. The other boy, Li Shin, played by Kento Yamazaki, who also played Arizu in Alice in Wonderland, is the main protagonist of the story. Basically, he continues to train until his path unites with the king to battle enormous armies and deadly assassins and dangerous mountain clan in ancient China. The whole story is like an adventure. It's a story of a boy who dreams of becoming one of the greatest generals on earth. Again, Shinsuke Shato's adaptation from manga to screen is very good. He's master in doing that. His specialty in bringing nuances like in anime, such as energetic action, stylized action scenes, action set pieces, and some goofy movement from anime is very good. Both Kingdom 1 and 2 are excellent movie. See, primarily I love action movies. Kingdom 1 and 2 knocked it out of the park in that department. I mean, it had hand-to-hand combat action, excellent swordplay, and terrific and intense fight choreography. I also felt it was like a Japanese version of wuxia movies, especially Yang Yimou's wuxia trilogy, which includes Hero, House of Flying Daggers, and Curse of Golden Flowers. Wuxia genre and Yang Yimou's movie itself warrants a new discussion and video of its own. Kingdom also gives homage to master director Akira Kurosawa's action-adventure movie The Hidden Fortress by frequent use of horizontal vibes. Horizontal vibe transition was also used in Star Wars, again homage to Akira Kurosawa by George Lucas. No wonder director is in line with many projects. He is also directing live-action adaptation of My Hero Academia, which I'll be eagerly waiting. I've yet to watch Bleach and Guns from the same director, which I'll be watching pretty soon, as none of his director really disappointed me. Anyone who's interested in anime and who wants to see live action adaptation of anime done right should not miss this flicks. Thank you so much for watching.